The views and opinions expressed in this podcast by the host and or the guest do not necessarily reflect the views of the host and or Paranormal Buzz Radio and or its sponsors. Use of any material produced by Paranormal Buzz Radio without express written consent is prohibited. Paranormal Buzz Radio will not be held responsible for you holding your knees, crying, and rocking in a corner in a puddle of your own urine, or being beheaded by a group of children in a cornfield. In fact, if you come across a group of children in a cornfield, we promise to make fun of you as you run away screaming in terror. Listener discretion is advised. Caution. You are now entering the all-consuming realm of Shea's Paranormal Chat, where the things that are better left unsaid are actually said.
Shut up and sit down.
You're listening to Shea's Paranormal Chat. Paranormal podcasting done Shea's way. Tons of fun.
Dude, seriously?
A bit sarcastic.
Hashtag investigator, not hunter.
But always real.
Hashtag data, not evidence.
Don't get your panties in a twist.
Oh my god, really?
This is real, raw conversation. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show.
Good evening, everybody. TGIF. It's been forever since I've said that. Holy crap, Miss McCarville.
Hi.
Hi.
The bitches are back, man.
Bitches are back.
How's it going? Well, the bitch is back, I guess.
No, you had it right the first time. I agreed with you. You can agree with me. I'll agree with you.
Yeah.
So Chris might be having some technical trouble. We're hoping he's going to join us here real soon. But we figured we'd get going here. So I think last season we only did a couple live shows, but I can't believe we're at season 5.
Season 5. I was just sharing the post, and I was like, we're kicking off season 5. I'm like, damn, season 5? Really? Like 5?
Yep.
How's that possible?
It's crazy. I'm like, I can't believe people
haven't gotten absolutely sick of us yet.
Oh. Yep.
I stick to the theory they keep coming back because they just have no clue what is ever going to come out of our mouths. I think that's the thing that keeps them coming.
That's been my theory since the get-go.
Yep.
I have thought that right from the get-go. So, hey Nico, hi Mama Deb. So, what have you been up to?
Oh my God. Everything. It has been... We have our first morning tomorrow morning that we get to sleep in since like March. And that doesn't mean that we don't have anything going on. It just means we don't have to be there first thing. So we get to sleep and leave at like noon and get to where we're heading.
Yeah.
So yeah, you know.
Yeah.
We have had a hell of a summer. We've been to Michigan. We've been to the Randolph County Asylum in Indiana. We've been to Hinsdale House and Wildwood Sanitarium out in New York. It's been crazy. It's been crazy.
I know.
But it's been a blast. I mean, not complaining. Okay, I complain occasionally because I'm tired. But
you always say you can sleep when you're dead.
Yes. Yeah. I don't know that I'd change it. I mean... But yeah, there's a few of the trips we've gotten home, and it's like, I'm grateful to be home or grateful to sleep in my own bed at the very least, because some of the places we've slept. Anywho, what the hell have you been up to, woman?
Nothing. Not much. I mean, not nothing, but paranormal.
You're just at a pair.
I was going to say paranormal-wise, my mother and I went to Parafest, Maine. It was my mother's first convention, actually. Like, ever. Attending one.
Like, ever?
Yes. She's done but she's done a lot of investigations with us, and but she's never done a convention. So,
wow.
Yeah, so it was...
you popped her paranormal cherry.
Oh, Kelly. Ew.
You're welcome.
Never say I popped Aunt Cherry
your mother's?
and my mother's in the same sentence.
That shouldn't all be in one sentence.
Oh, boy.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Yes, I needed that. But, yeah, it was fun. As everybody knows, I had surgery in March, so I really had a very, very low-key year. I did one other investigation, public investigation, for, I don't know, a few months ago. Other than that, I've been just trying to heal.
But that's what you needed to do. I mean, it wasn't like it was a little bitty surgery. You needed to take that time and focus on healing and feeling better, and it seems like it's working. So
It is. I'm Nico. I said not to. Oh, he's doing it in different sentences, technically.
It's not all one sentence. He's good.
Yep.
That's too funny.
I forget what I was saying because he made me laugh.
We were talking about your surgery.
Oh, yeah, so.
Yeah. I have been debating or trying to decide when I'm having surgery. I have been told that I need total knee replacement on my left knee, and I have found a surgeon who's willing to do it. Now I just have to quit being a chicken shit and like go in and let him cut my knee completely out and put this robotic looking thing in there. But I don't know. It's terrifying. It's terrifying.
I know. I've been through so many surgeries now that.
Mm-hmm.
But I do get it.
Well, and that's the funny thing is it's not like I haven't had my fair share of surgeries. I mean, I'm in double digits, but I don't know. This one, I think it's just because I know they're going to like cut off the top and bottom of my leg bones and everything in between and put something that's not mine in there.
I know.
But
I feel you. I do.
In the meantime, I have kind of destroyed the crap out of my right ankle again because that's never been good either. And I've been putting so much pressure on that one, trying to stay off the left knee, that I think I'm going to have to finally have that second surgery on my right ankle too. So basically what I'm saying here is I'm getting old and I'm falling apart. And it sucks. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
But I'll probably be doing that at some point over this winter, getting at least one or the other fixed. So looking forward to that, I guess. I don't know.
You don't seem like you're 100% positive that you're getting this done. Are you trying to talk yourself into it?
Yes, absolutely.
Do I have to harp on you now? Like,
you know, it would only be fair turnabout because I was all over your ass about taking care of you. So
hey, I was waiting on them on the surgery part.
I know. No, I'm getting it done. It's just, I hate the thought of not being mobile and
yeah.
And the whole healing process and the whole physical therapy and everything that you completely understand at this point. So I just hate the thought of it. But I suppose if there's any time I'm going to do it, now's the time because we've got a few more events back to back for like the next month, and then we should have some downtime. So
yeah, that would be the good time to do it.
Yeah, and since I still get to work from home, I don't have to be out driving or walking around in the snow more than I have to.
Yep.
So yeah, that's a plan, anyways.
Yeah, sounds like a good one. Sounds like a good one.
Anywho. Have we still not heard from Chris?
No. So, nope.
All right, well, we're going to assume he's okay, right?
Yes. You're the
Shut up, Mom.
psychic.
I really just feel like he got distracted or something. Or maybe he thought just because I was going to be here too, maybe this wasn't one of the times you needed him. So.
Or maybe he thought I meant we switched to next week.
Maybe.
Who knows? You know me.
Yeah.
My typing skills aren't always the best.
Yeah, Yeah, Nico, it's scary. But it'll go fine. I mean, I've never, knock on wood, had a problem with the surgery. So, and yes, mother dear, I hate loss of control. So that's a big part of this.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I can see that for you.
So what investigation did you go on?
The Wilson Castle a couple months ago.
Oh, that's right. That's right. How'd that go?
It was good.
Did you get a lot of good fun stuff?
Yeah, it was a public event that I was helping at. So.
Oh my gosh. So I have to tell you. So last weekend, and you would think this would be one of those things that we'd have told everybody about already, but for some reason we just keep forgetting. So last weekend we had a public event at Spook Cave up in Northeast Iowa.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Yep. Yeah, that's the cave that Chris used to work at. And for anybody who doesn't know what Spook Cave is, it's
Uh-oh, Kelly is frozen. You should see the look on her face right now, people. Oh, she might be back. Oh, that's a better look. There she goes. All right, so Spook Cave.
Okay, so the Spook Cave is an actual cave. It's a flooded cave, so you have to get in a boat and go into the cave in this boat. And the last tour that we did was actually for a bunch of the tour guides that were up there because they were. So we got a cave. Am I freezing up in crazy pictures again?
Yes. Sorry.
You're cracking up over there, so.
Yeah.
So we get to the back of the cave, and there were 3 guys that were sitting in the very back row of the boat, and one of the girls that was there too, one of the other tour guides, told the guys should sit down. And one of the guys pipes up and he says, "I'm the only one standing." She says, "No, there's 2 of you guys standing, sit down." And he's like, "No, I'm the only person standing and I just sat down." And
wow.
So there were multiple people then in the boat that were saying, "No, there were 2 people standing in that back row." Chris saw it too. Because he sits at the front of the boat looking backwards. So there was something else standing in the back row of that boat with the other guy that was standing up. It was crazy. I, of course, was facing the front of the boat, so I didn't get to see it. Because Kelly never gets to see anything.
Poor Kelly.
I know.
It's just payback because of all the things you get to see that we actually can't see.
Well, okay, but I don't get to see him with my eyes, so that doesn't count.
You know.
You know. So that was a pretty cool thing.
Yeah, that sounds cool.
Yeah.
So during the, I know my mother's busy. She's trying to pop in and out here, but at the convention part, we were all sitting there talking, and I had my phone charging, and it was on this flower plant, down next to our table, and we all hear thump, and everybody, I guess, starts looking around. I didn't even look because I was just like, they just fucking knocked my phone onto the floor. I'm not looking.
Yeah.
Right? So finally, nobody's saying anything. And I look over, and they're all looking around. And finally, they were like, "What the hell was that?" And I'm like, "Wasn't that my phone?" And it wasn't my phone. Nobody could figure out what it was. You know what that phone sounds like?
Oh, yeah. A phone hitting the ground. I unfortunately know what that sounds like, yeah.
Yeah, and normally, I'm just like, there's got to be an explanation. Nope. You're talking about
really?
A bunch of seasoned investigators. There must have been 4 or 5 of us standing there just talking.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
James Anito was one of them, and he's like, I don't know what the fuck that was.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So, yeah. But
We had one that was really weird with my cell phone too. We were at Edinburgh Manor, and I think it was the public event. Yeah, it was the public event because I had a group down in the basement. And we had been down in the basement in kind of like the cafeteria area, and it was getting time to change. But as we were picking stuff up, we heard a sound that came from like from the laundry room area, which is at the other end of this hallway. So I picked up a couple things, and I had my phone and I had my S-Box in my hand. I had them both together in my hand. I know I did. And I didn't set anything down. We walked into the laundry room. We didn't stop, really. We didn't sit down. We didn't set anything down. We just walked in there, stood for a minute, and then we went upstairs. And I mean, it was literally a minute because the other groups were already changing. Some people didn't even pause. They kept right on going. When we got upstairs, I set the S-Box, it's a red and black speaker box, go stop box. I set that down on the table, and then like a minute or two later, I'm like, where's my phone? Keep in mind, I had them both in my hand. And I'm like, where in the hell did I do with my phone? Now, this is a typical me, guys. If you guys spend any time with me, you will hear me say, where the hell is my phone? Like 15 times an hour. So this isn't unusual. So I'm like checking every table, seeing if I set it down someplace upstairs, seeing if I stuck it in my bra, because I do that, but I knew I'd had it. And it was nowhere. And I'm like, it was in my hand. I positive, did I leave it sitting downstairs on the table where we'd been sitting? And I don't remember who wandered downstairs to go find it, but somebody went back downstairs, and in the laundry room, there's this big wooden pallet that's just leaning up against the wall, like just randomly leaning against the wall. My phone was sitting like in the crack between that pallet and the wall, and I have no idea how it got there. And Stephanie was there that time, and she's like, you didn't stop, you didn't set your phone down. So I don't know what the hell happened there. But that was another, we had some weird things happen on some of these investigations. Yeah.
yeah, she said, Stephanie's in chat right now, and she said, I was the last one through the room, and it was never set down.
Yeah.
So that is weird.
And such a weird place. I mean, I could see, like, if we'd walked into the room and I'd set everything down on the table and then I didn't pick my phone back up or something, but I would have never set my phone there in the first place because it's not a stable spot, and I know that sound of a phone hitting the floor. I didn't want it to do that. I would never have set it there. It wasn't safe.
Yep. Yep. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Is that last weekend?
That would have been last weekend in September. That was where we were for the world's largest ghost hunt day.
I had to just look at the calendar to see what month we were in.
Oh my gosh, I know.
Oh boy. Oh, and I'm only drinking, look, water. That's a problem.
I know.
Yeah, to be myself, I need more alcohol.
Because Shea is fun on alcohol.
Yes, I am. I do have to admit it.
Yeah.
Oh, we need another trip, girl.
Oh my God, we need another trip.
We do.
My problem's going to be, I don't know that we're going to get another big trip next year because we've got the Paracons that we've already signed up for, and then my baby graduates this year, and his graduation present is a trip to Disney, so that's going to take most of our spare time, our vacation time that we can take off. So, but
yeah,
maybe we need to bring you here. And then I wouldn't need to take as much vacation time, and there's plenty of alcohol here.
Yeah, I think that's what we're going to be working on in the next year. Yep.
Mama Pat says we need some woo-woos. We'll have to figure out what was in those woo-woos because those were good.
Hey, you know what? My sister Kim's listening, and she says, "Oh my God, Shea, she didn't have it. She could have brought me a beer instead of making fun of me, but no." And now everybody can. If I can hear my sister laughing in the other room through my earbuds, everybody in chat just heard her laugh that hard.
That's too funny.
So, yes, we need some woo-woos, and you just said the word, and I forget. What was it? Something snatch, right?
It was a tight snatch.
Tight snatch.
A tight snatch, yes.
Yes.
Those were really, really good, too. Nothing as good as a tight snatch.
They were.
I have no clue.
I have to say were because I haven't had a tight snatch in a while.
Yeah, I haven't had a tight snatch in several years, so.
Yeah.
I'm terrified to try to look that one up, though, to try to figure out, like, what was in them, because I want to know what was in our tight snatches. But can you imagine Googling that? And the stuff you're going to get?
My God, yes.
What? I dare you. Triple dog dare you. What's in a tight snatch? Go ahead.
Oh, boy.
Oh,
Look, she brought me a beer.
Aww.
Thank you, Kimmy.
She's a sweetheart.
Allison joined in at Tight Snatch.
Yeah. Allison and I are going to be getting our drink on tomorrow. Tomorrow? Yeah. We'll be heading to Shea to Bengal Haunted Crib for Roland's Memorial Paranormal Night that we do up there every year. So we'll be seeing a bunch of people up there tomorrow night. And for once, we are not going to freeze our little heinies off. It's supposed to be decent.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It was like 80 degrees today.
It was pretty nice here.
That's why I sent you the message. I'm like, hey, we're jumping on the bike quick because I don't know how many more days we're going to. Probably not any more days. But.
Well, you told me like 2.5 or so hours before the show. I'm like, she's either really excited or she doesn't want me messaging her while she's on the bike and she can't answer me and she doesn't want me freaking out thinking.
That was it.
Yep.
I'm like, if she's messaging me, hey, are you still good for tonight? And I'm not answering, she's going to start panicking. And I'm like, so I'm just going to tell her so she doesn't panic.
Yeah. Now, I talked to you
yesterday,
so.
I know, but.
I'm just out of practice, I think. And there's, oh, wait. While Allison is in chat, I want to give a couple special shout outs here. I am so flipping busy with everything going on, and then Matt left, and so right now I'm the sole owner of Paranormal Buzz Radio, and you always say to let people know when I need help. That's my biggest flaw, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Well, not only is Allison now managing the PBR Twitter account, which I love her. My mother is now, for the most part, managing all but doing the actual posting on the Instagram Paranormal Buzz.
Look at you go, delegating and having some help.
I'm like, oh, do I have to beg? So.
And I don't think you ever have to beg. It's simply us waiting for you to ask for help. Because if we try to help without you asking, you're ornery.
That sounded horrible. Like they said no. They didn't. They didn't hesitate. Actually, to be very fair, nobody actually knows this. My mother actually helps me on my Instagram account now too because I just can't keep up. But at 3 pages, 5 groups, 18 million, so.
Well, that's what happens when you're famous and fabulous.
I'm not famous or fabulous. I'm behind the scenes, so nobody even knows it's me. Uh-oh.
Whatever.
Am I going to get a spanking, or did I just lose spanking privilege. You just looked at me like you were putting me in timeout.
Well, I mean, I'm trying to debate whether or not you'd enjoy the spanking or if you would take it as a punishment. So
depends on who's giving it out, I guess.
I know, right? So I can kind of see me saying I was going to spank you being something that would excite you, and that was not going to go where I was trying to go with this. So,
hey, hey, I looked on Skype. Our last live show was on my birthday, June 10th. The one before that was last September.
Oh my God, your birthday show.
If you guys think this one's bad, you should go back. Did you see Chris? Did you see Chris's comment? Way down bottom, he's like, oh, like, we were talking about, oh my God, it's season 5. He says, I think that calls for some glitter.
No, I didn't even know he was in here. Oh my gosh. Hey, baby. Yes. You're welcome to come home and put some glitter on, babe. He's at the gym.
Oh, is he? Oh, that's funny. Uh-oh. There she comes. She's back, people. Don't worry. No panicking.
Who's back? Me? Did I disappear again?
Yeah, it made the reconnect noise and all.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah.
On my side, it's all fine and good. So I don't know when it's happening. You'll have to...
Oh. I'll just have to be like...
Yeah, I was going to say, because your video's not freezing at all, so I don't know, like, flash me your boobs or something if we get froze up good.
Okay.
And that's where your screen will freeze, and I'll have it forever.
Hey, you know what? I might not have learned a lot of things over my years of watching trash TV, but I did learn. You never do anything on video or in a picture that you can't take back, because that stays forever. So we'll leave the flashing boobs to Chris.
Yeah, we're going to have to leave the glittered nipples to him because, yeah, there's just some lines I can't pull off, and that's one of them, I'm sure.
Should we explain what the hell we're talking about?
You go right ahead.
Well, it was my birthday one, right? And he snuck in the room, crawled across the floor, crawled under the desk, and comes popping up like in this little dance, and he's got purple glitter on his nipples. And I'm trying not to laugh.
We're mid-conversation, and she is trying her damnedest to keep a straight face, but Shea does not stumble very often. And she was just, if you guys could have seen her face, she's just sitting there with her mouth hanging open and totally speechless. It was the best. It was the best.
Yeah.
She wanted to pop out of a birthday cake, but we couldn't figure out how to make that happen for you.
I did see the door open and shut, but I think I thought it was one of your animals or something.
Yeah, because the cats will push their way in here. So,
yeah. I'm still picturing him. It was like, he just comes dancing up like... It was purple. Did I mention that? Purple glitter?
It was kind of purpley pink, yeah. And to be fair, you could probably only see him from about waist up, so you didn't know if he had anything on below that, so...
I think I asked.
I think you did, yes.
I think I did too, so...
I believe you did.
Oh, boy.
With him, you never know.
We should just change the fucking show title to Shea's Chat. 'Cause... nipples and tight snatches and woo-woos and...
We talk about paranormal on occasion. We circle back to it here and there.
We have to have fun when
we have it.
We have
Yes.
too much fun sometimes.
No, I was going to say we haven't had enough time to just sit and talk, so we have to catch up. And you know what? You guys just have to deal with it. So.
No, that's why we do. Do these shows, catch up and what's going on, and So we know where Kim and Allison are going to be tomorrow. What else? What else they got going on? What about you, Nico? What you got going on? I almost said girlfriend, but he's a boy. That wouldn't have been good.
Yeah,
You know. He would find
There's
it
been
funny.
so many people doing fun things, so.
Yeah. Excuse me.
We are thinking about trying to do a Missouri state pen next year.
Oh, cool.
Because I think that we could get that one in a weekend and not have to take extra time off of work. So
Yeah.
I still think you need to get out this way. So
I'm going to work on it.
I'll let you know.
Yeah, it's going to, next year.
Yeah.
Nico says he's got the eyelashes for it.
Oh, jealous.
Right? Oh. I don't have very good eyelashes. I guess I don't have bad ones either. I can't really. I do like my eyebrows.
I like mine when there's two of them, and it's getting questionable right now. There hasn't been time for self-maintenance, okay?
Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
I'm not kidding. I mean, look at that shit. I don't know if you can see it that close in the camera, but
No.
woo, it's hairy.
I can't.
It's hairy.
It doesn't look it to me.
Yeah, then we'll just stay back from the camera and you won't know.
That's one thing I do have to say. My eyebrows are all natural. Oh, look it. Who's this beautiful girl?
That's Miss Peyton. That's Caden's girlfriend.
Hi.
She's trying to sneak in really quietly and it's not working. What's that?
So the reason why the garage doors open?
Did Chris not close it after he pulled the bike in? Is the bike in?
So, oh wow, it's here. Nico.
Okay, sorry.
You're fine. I muted you for most of it.
Okay.
I got you.
They don't want to listen to my family conversations. We left the garage
I didn't
door
know
open.
where it was going, so.
Oh, yeah, no. We just left the garage door open after we put the bike in. I think he was debating on taking it to the gym, and he didn't. So, anywho.
Allison, I almost said girlfriend. I almost said, what you up to, girlfriend, to Nico, so. That's what you missed. So, Missouri State, yeah, that'd be fun. That'd be very fun.
So season 5, I know you've been kind of working on it. Do we have plans of topics and stuff like that we're going to cover?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
I was kind of waiting for schedules.
Yeah. It's a wonder that Shea puts up with me, guys. I mean,
No. I just,
I am a miserable person to try to co-host with.
No,
that's a true story.
I just get nervous sometimes, and I just hold on, my dog just fell out of bed.
Is that what that was?
Yes, that's what that was.
I thought she was just coming in to say hi, but I heard it.
No, she fell. No, I'm starting work on it. I believe Kim and Allison are going to be on next month sometime. I'm going to probably have them on for a solo week, only because I don't need a co-host for them, because I could just I could just run my mouth to them like this, and they go along with it.
Right, right.
I saw she sent me an email with dates, but I haven't had a chance to look yet, so. And just going to go from there. You'll probably be the second person to know when I do have a schedule.
That's all good.
Yeah.
That's all good. Like I said, next month is a little patchy still, but come December, you should be stuck with me. Unless I have surgery somewhere in there and I'm high as fuck, and it's not a good idea for me to be on the radio. But
why not? That's how I did Exploring the Unknown all last year.
This is true. I mean, I was going to say, it would not be the first time that we were Yeah. It would not be the first time that we were on here where one of us was either drinking or high on medication. So,
Oh, no way. I swear that's how all last season of Exploring the Unknown went. Well, Exploring's like halfway through this season or the end of this season, so it's different than this season.
Yeah.
This show, but yeah, if you want to hear me really, really high, go back and listen to the Jersey Devil episode on Exploring the Unknown, and I left it up just because it's Rebecca's favorite show ever. She's like, it's my favorite episode.
We get to go hang out with Miss Rebecca here in a couple weeks.
Yay.
She's got an event. Yeah. She's got an event she's doing the first weekend of November, and she needed some assistance, and so we can help her Friday night, but unfortunately we can't stay for Saturday because we'll have to leave from Nauvoo, Illinois, and drive to mid-Michigan, which I don't know how long of a drive that is, but oof. I just added like a couple, 3 hours to that trip. What am I doing? Why do I do these things, Shea?
I don't know. I was thinking it might be a couple hours closer.
No, because we go south to go to
Oh, yeah.
Nauvoo.
Yeah. I forget that. I don't know the whole... half the time I forget she doesn't live in Iowa, so... Yeah, so
I'm looking it up.
Yeah, you look it up. You have a pretty busy schedule still for
about another month.
Another month.
Yeah, about another
5
month.
weeks.
It's going to be 8 hours instead of... Come on, computer. Oh, that's not so bad. It only adds half an hour. It kind of takes that last 2 hour swing and just swings it south.
Oh, okay.
So that's not so bad.
Are you driving straight through?
Yeah. I did see when I was looking at this, though. Okay, so here's the weirdness of me. You know how much I love bridges. I'm not a fan.
I know.
Been scared of them forever. Yeah, not my thing. But I'm not scared of boats. As long as I can get out of my car, I'm fine. Ask Mom how I handle it when I get trapped on a ferry and we cannot get out of our car, so it didn't go well. Yeah. But as I was looking at our paths to get to the mid-Michigan thing that we're going to, there's a way that you must be able to take a ferry or something across Lake Michigan. And I would love to do that, except...
Probably. That would make sense.
Yeah, but that has to take forever. Lake Michigan is not small, But I also don't think I'm going to do it because it's the first weekend of November, and that's going to be hella cold.
It can be, yeah. Yeah. Although, November's just a couple weeks away. Actually, technically, a week and 3 days away. And I don't think it's going to be that cold in a week.
Yeah. This time it's not giving me that option to go across the lake. Oh, there it did.
Yeah,
Doesn't tell... Anyway, sorry.
No,
you guys probably don't want to hear me doing this, but anyway, sorry. I got distracted.
I interrupt you if you go too long. But on your fair thing, I was thinking about this the other day. I think I might be afraid of boats.
Were you on a boat that made you think of this?
No, I've only been on one boat my whole life, and even though half my life I lived on I stayed with my grandmother. I lived with her for quite a while, and there was a private lake, so I had the opportunity to. I just only once, and it was a canoe. But I watched that cruise ship documentary again. I've seen it before. Nothing sounds worse to me than slowly sinking. At least an airplane. If you die in an airplane, it's fucking quick.
You hope.
Well,
but yeah.
You could be, you're dying for hours while that boat's sinking. I don't know. I don't think I like boats. No. And since I've
And-
never actually been on one at 46, I probably don't.
And I normally am pretty good on boats, like we went up to Lake Okoboji with April and some other people, and we went out on her boat, and that's fine. And like different boats like that are fine. And we went on a vacation and we went kayaking, and I'm good with all of that. But like on our trip out to New York, we actually went to Niagara Falls. And so we did that Maid of the Mist tour where you go out and you actually go into the falls.
Oh, yeah. I saw. Yeah.
Yeah. So don't get me wrong. It is absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. But I got uncomfortable. When we got out into the center of the falls where it literally is like a horseshoe around the boat.
Yeah.
And the mist is so strong you can't see anything. And I'm like, if something happens to this boat and we go in the water, we're all dead. Because, and maybe not, I don't know. Maybe the water in the center of it's not a problem, but you got to think of all the churning of that water. And I'm just like, I got a little uncomfortable. And so I wasn't all that upset when it was finally time to turn around and go back. And I'm like, of course, then when we got back to dock and had to get off the boat, I'm like, well, I don't want to go. I want to go do it again. But
in the moment, yeah.
Yeah, in the moment, my heart was in my throat, and I'm like, I don't know that I like this.
Kim says she hates flying. I asked if anybody had any phobias. She hates flying.
I love flying. I'm scared to death of crashing.
Well, Kelly, that kind of makes sense.
The flying part of it is kind of fun.
It's the abrupt crash.
It's the abrupt stop. Yep, yeah. It's the abrupt stop.
Yeah. I've never flown either.
There's so many things we need to get you some experiences, woman.
Well, I was busy.
Yeah.
Speaking of, you saying your baby's graduating?
Mm-hmm.
My baby, Paranormal Buzz Radio's baby, we should say, because you guys have all watched her grow up. My Caitlin is frickin' graduating college.
Are you kidding already?
May, yeah.
How did that happen?
I don't know. Does it?
She just started.
Doesn't. I know.
Wow. You gotta tell her to knock that crap off because she's making us old.
I don't know how. Yeah. It doesn't seem possible. No,
not at all.
Like, yeah.
Not old, look at my grandma! I don't know if you could actually hear that.
I could. I don't know if they could.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry. Oh. So, we got only a few more minutes left. Gonna wrap it up a little early.
I was just thinking about phobias. I wonder if...
What?
So I have my theories of why I have my phobias of bridges and being trapped underwater. I have my theories on that. But
from a former life?
I think so. Yeah, I really do.
That.
Mama Pat says, oh yeah, we heard her. But I wonder if that's true for everybody, or if it's just something in our nature that our minds, our bodies know to be scared of something that's potentially dangerous, you know?
I mean, technically, a lot of people are afraid of flying. Isn't it true? And I could be wrong. Encyclopedia Pat is in the house here, so she can correct me. Isn't flying safer than driving? But because I think we drive so much that we're not afraid of it anymore.
Speaking that it's safer to fly than it is to drive. And part of that has to do with the number of drivers, the number of cars on the road, the number of hours that we spend doing it. But yeah, and that also has to go with
experience.
There's probably a nonchalance that comes in when you're driving because, yeah, I get distracted. And you would have to think or hope, at least, that a pilot with hundreds of passengers is not getting distracted, but I would hope. Anyways.
Before I forget, what's your theory on birthmarks? Do you fall into the category you think that it might be a mark of how you died or how you got hurt in a previous life?
I have heard that theory before, and I've also heard, so I've heard two theories on birthmarks. I've heard, first off, that it's a scar from how you died in a previous life, but I've also heard that it's potentially you had a twin, and it's where you were connected or touching your twin, even if that twin wasn't born. But no, I think there's, in some cases at least, there's got to be some truth to that those scars are where, or those birthmarks are where maybe a fatal wound happened. Because like Chris has got one right on the inside of his arm.
My brother has one right there too.
Yeah, so if he'd have got stabbed right there or cut right there, that there's like an artery that runs through there, you know, and spurt, you're dead. But then you have to think, I mean, some people have birthmarks like on their hands, and I wouldn't think that. Well, I mean, I suppose it could.
That's why I've heard like major scars from a previous life too.
Yeah, I was going to say, I suppose it could if they got a cut on their hand.
Or what if they...
And it got infected.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or even something as simple as it got infected and the infection killed them. It still was caused by that cut on their hand, you know?
Yeah. Stephanie said, I'm assuming this means phobias. Heights, mice, and bats. And I said LOL because I don't blame her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Heights are hit and miss.
Iffy.
Yeah. So again, this goes back to, I think it has more to do with the fear of being trapped underwater. But like, there's this place up in Wisconsin, Cave Point Park. Mama Pat, help me out here. But anyways, it's right along one of the Great Lakes. And there's this bluff that you can walk up to the edge of it and look, but the water has pushed against that wall so often, like there's caves underneath.
Oh,
so
wow.
You'll hear the water come in, and it makes the coolest sound. Don't get me wrong, because you hear this whoosh into the cave, and then it comes splashing back out of the cave, and it's super cool if you're standing back from it. But I cannot walk up to the edge of that. And it makes me uncomfortable to just be out there, because if somebody goes off of that and gets swept into one of those caves, they're dead. Yeah.
That wouldn't be fun.
And yet people will like cliff dive off of there. Cave Point Park, Lake Michigan side of Door County Peninsula.
I would say that looks fun if I was somebody else.
Well, and... yeah, I mean, maybe. It depends on how strong the waves are. Because sometimes those waves up on the lakes can get aggressive.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I'm not scared of water. I love water. I love being in the water. I love being on the water. I'm a strong swimmer. I float like nothing else. Chris hates it that I can float without hardly moving. I tell him it's the boobs.
I was just going to say, yeah.
Yeah. But so it's not a fear of water. It's a fear of being trapped underwater.
Yep.
How do I feel about trains? I don't think trains really bother me. Trains going over a bridge bother me.
Every time I go over a really bad bridge, I haven't gone over a new one in a while. I take a video of the whole time and then send it to Kelly.
Yeah, I have multiple people who will do that because they all love me. So they're like, hey, look at this, Kelly, and my skin crawls and my palms start sweating. And
at least I'm thinking about you.
Yeah. No, trains are not so bad. Actually, trains can be kind of fun, but like, there's a Boone train ride that's not too far from here. And my dad had wanted to go on it forever. And so we got him that for Christmas one time, but I couldn't go with him because there's a big trestle bridge that it goes across. And I couldn't go with him, and I felt horrible. But so we ended up sending the guy I was dating at the time with him. So, hello, Miss Gail.
I used to walk across trestle bridges.
See, and I'm more comfortable walking across bridges than I am driving across. I've noticed since we've been riding the motorcycle, I'm more comfortable on the motorcycle than I am just being in a car. Because you can't get trapped in a motorcycle.
Well, okay, I'll give you that.
Yeah. It's weird. Except if you can see through it, then Chris will tell you I still am really not a fan. I'm pretty sure I bruised his sides. We were heading on a trip to Wisconsin, and we were on the motorcycles, and we were going between, there was water on both sides of us. We were right along the Mississippi. And there was water on both sides of us, which makes me a little uncomfortable anyways, but it was fine. And I saw the bridge coming up in front of me, and I was preparing myself to have to go across this bridge. And we get to the edge of it, and the fucker is see-through. And I'm like, oh my God. It was miserable.
I've never seen one of those.
They're terrifying. They're terrifying, and there's no good reason for it. And just, no. But as bad as that one was, I still think the one that Rebecca has to drive across all the time is worse. That one's just, it looks like it's falling down. Yeah.
It's very old.
It's stupid. It opens.
Well, that's to let the boats that I don't like go through.
Pish posh. They can go
Imagine
around.
us both like being right there.
We were,
Make you stand on the bridge or sit in a car on the bridge. Make me go on a boat and we'll face our fears together. Excuse me.
we were coming back from an event at Cambria with Rebecca, and I was driving, and we're coming up on that bridge. And so I'm always prepared to go. And we got up onto the bridge, but not to where you'd actually have to stop. And that damn siren went off that they were going to open the bridge. And I hit the brakes. And I stopped the car.
I'm short. Wow.
Chris and a couple other people were in the car. They're like, you can go up there and stop. And I'm like, nope.
I'm good right here.
They're like, but the gates. I'm like, nope. We are staying right here. You're lucky I'm not backing up. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know what the cars behind me thought, and I really didn't care. I could not make my foot come off of that brake. It was horrible.
Oh, it's funny, but it's not funny.
And yet, I'll go into buildings that have, like, the worst history out there, and I'll wander around by myself, and I'm perfectly fine. Shut up, Darren. You know I hate that bridge.
Oh, it's pick on Kelly night.
Oh, my gosh. He is one of the ones. He will send me videos of bridges because he hates me.
I only do it for the bad ones.
Yeah. He went up to Mackinac and he sent me a picture of him a video of him going across it. I'm just like,
remember the one in Maine? I don't even think it's that bad, but I had to send you. I think it was last year.
Yeah. He sent me that one too.
I don't remember. Oh, okay, Kelly. Guess what? It's that time.
No.
Yeah. Do you want to?
Do
you have any announcements you want to announce? Anything? Coming up before the next time you're back?
I don't know about before the next time I'm back, but
anything.
Guess obviously you guys are all following Shea's Paranormal Chat. If you don't, please do. But also my group is Traveler's Moon, so if you get a chance, go out and give us a look up and give us a follow. We've got, like I said, we've got the Cambria event coming up. We've got a Mid-Michigan Paracon, and then we have the Quad City Psychic and Paranormal Expo that Mama Pat and I host. That one is November, I don't know, like 19th, 20th, 21st. It's somewhere right in there. 19th and 20th, says the Peanut Gallery in the room next to me. Thanks, Peyton. And then it should slow down for us. And you're stuck with me. Every week, you're going to have to look at this face.
Oh, my heart is broken.
I understand. I really do. But damn woman, I have missed you.
I've missed you too. I've missed myself lately. it's been a couple years, hasn't it? It's just been like...
You've had some years. Let's just say that. You have had some years.
Some days I feel like pulling out my hair. Other days I'm like, how the fuck am I still standing? Like...
Honestly, there are times when you've told me things and I'm like, seriously, how much more can she do? Just, oh my gosh.
Yep. I'm trying not to cough in the microphone. But I might. So, yeah, I think that pretty much wraps up our fun. Everybody knows our kickoffs are the best.
Yeah, it's a whole lot of shit talking and we'll get to paranormal, we promise. Maybe.
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 I'm gonna.
We promise to at least mention paranormal once during every show.
Yes.
At least once.
We do that.
Yes.
And we mention fuck at least once per show too.
So. At least once. At least once.
Yeah, I think that's my third time saying it. Second or third. Remember when every other word used to be that out of my mouth?
And it was people betting to see how quickly it would come out. And
yeah, that's what made me stop, I think. I'm like, oh yeah? Now you're all going to lose.
Yep, we don't care anymore. We don't care. Now we get on here and talk about our tight snatches, so,
Those were the days.
We got to do that again.
We do.
We should go earlier when there's actually men at the Vigilant Hose Company. Just for giggles.
Oh, yeah. It took me a minute. I was like, what are you talking about? Yes. Yes.
Oh my gosh. You want to know how not functioning my brain is sometimes? Somebody was asking me.
But
I know.
Listeners.
But somebody was asking me what the name of the bridge in Gettysburg was, and for the life of me, I could not think of the name of it. And I'm like, I've been there multiple times. I've been there with Shea. I've been there with Mom. I've been there with Chris. I could not, for the life of me, think of it.
That's what happens. It's gone.
It was gone.
Yeah. That happens to me a lot, and then I'll wake up 3 days later in the middle of the night and be like, Sachs Bridge!
Randomly,
yeah. I'll yell it out
and that's a word to just randomly scream out, Sachs!
Yeah.
What did you just say?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Sachs.
Yes. Oh, wow, this is I'm going to try to do shout-outs. I don't do them much anymore, but it's our first show. So I just want to say thank you.
You want me to do it?
Yeah, you can.
You can do it.
No, you're better at it.
I have a computer. That's why it's easier for me.
Oh.
So.
I have two computers, but I just don't read them.
However, you do have glasses on, so this is a bonus. I'm assuming that means you can see better.
Yeah. Didn't I have them last time?
I think you had them last time, but for a long time you couldn't see shit, woman.
That was. I didn't have glasses for a year. I finally got them. Yep.
Yeah. All right. A huge shout out to that Shea Carroll woman who's in here.
Wow.
Mama Dead, Mr. Nico, Christopher Nielsen. Scroll. Miss Stephanie, Mama Pat, Mimi, Kimberly. Is that how you say your sister's name? Kimberly?
Yeah, Kimberly. Yep.
Kimberly. Awesome. Miss Allison and Kim Purvis. They see me scroll. I have to do it every time because that's what it makes me think of.
I remember Gail.
Miss Gail popped in, and then of course Mr. Darren.
Yeah.
We didn't even give Darren time to ask questions.
Oh, fuck that, we're not. Nope. Sorry, show's over, gotta go.
We will miss you at Mango this weekend, Darren.
Yeah. He's not going?
No, he's not going to be there this time. I think you should harass my Christopher to go through the haunted house with me tomorrow while we're up there, though. He hates haunted houses. He loves going out and doing investigations. He loves going into spooky places. He locked himself in Edinburgh for 5 days completely alone, but he won't go through a haunted house with me because he's scared. He doesn't like it.
Fake.
Yeah, he doesn't like the jump scares, but I think he should go anyways because it's fun. Okay, anyways, I keep blithering. You're trying to sign off.
It's all right.
All right, love.
All right, guys, thank you very much. I will be back next Friday. Kelly is off next Friday, but you heard her. She'll be back. I have her.
Oh, yeah.
I have a couple times in November and then December and January. Chris Brown should be with me next week, so come check it out. And I guess just have a great weekend. Anything else, Kel?
That's all I got. Thank you, guys. We appreciate you coming back and being with us.
Yes. Good night, everybody.